Hello everyone, it's Thursday on Your View Open House, our gisting day. Hope you're doing well. My name is Moriah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. YK in the building.
Yo.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Anything interesting? No gist at all. No traffic, no drama.
I'm not in Lekki. I'm in Nalabulu because my grandchildren.
That road that your governor was doing.
How is it now?
No, don't forget also.
Is it because of the season? Christmas?
Maybe
Are they busy or
COVID.
something?
Maybe COVID.
Courtship.
Maybe COVID stop.
Cut the
That's
road.
the reason why everybody COVID happens.
He spent so much money to level it.
Right.
It's a shame that they're not tarring it because it'll go back to square zero if they don't tar it quickly.
And you're so excited about that.
I was so excited. In fact, I was going to tweet to him, but.
That's
But this
Nigeria.
is actually the time
Nigeria knows
to
how to
tithe.
bust your bubble. You know, you get excited that things are going to happen and then they just bust
They
your
just
bubble.
leave you hanging.
Masha,
It's
Bele,
painful.
you're
But
right.
this is actually the time to tithe because when the rains come, it gets increasingly
Meanwhile,
difficult.
we haven't had rain much this year.
Even
There was one rain
Harmattan
that
is
happened
refusing
recently.
to come.
That rain.
One small rain like that.
Two nights ago.
Yeah, it came at the right time. Saturday night, I think. Or was it Friday night? I was
No, our one was day before yesterday, on Tuesday.
yeah,
No,
okay.
Monday night.
Yeah, I didn't see rain. It didn't
No,
fall
it
in my
doesn't
area.
fall in Lekki.
How are you doing, BC?
I'm doing amazing. So the year is coming to an end, and I've worked hard. The members of BC Brains Book Club.
I'm listening.
See, two of you today. Two of you.
I'm laughing at your
Members
pen.
of BC and Brains Book Club will be
Dollar,
getting an
dollar bill,
award.
You're right.
They'll be getting, I'm saying something. They'll be getting an award.
Please let her finish her market. I
They'll be
beg.
getting an award for, working hard. So there are 5 categories of the award I will nominate. The members of the club will nominate. We're not reading this month. We're just going to be maybe partying, but I'm still looking at the timing because I'm very booked out myself.
Okay.
But we could do a Zoom party, then probably get them gifts and just encourage us. From January, we kick off again. So we have read
we've heard
11
you.
personal development books for the year 2020.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So the dollar bill they're holding
I don't know
your
what you're
neck, how
talking
far
about.
down?
How was your day?
You likes money.
You people on this
I'm
table.
looking for the birthday people that say, are you sure nobody told us to say birthday?
I did not see you.
didn't
Somebody
see you.
said to me,
That Paul from Black Image, it's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Mr. Paul. Thank you. I'm so happy you remembered because he also sent me a message. Yes,
I
Oga
didn't
Paul,
get that message.
Black Image boss. Thank you so much. He had, he was on that took us on the stage play.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to him. Let me get his phone.
Then our very own Miriam, her mom, it was her mom's birthday yesterday. She didn't say a word to any of us. I just went on social media and saw Miriam Longe now. Her mom.
Imagine.
Happy
Her mom is
birthday.
around now. Happy birthday,
I think
ma.
she's gone back. I'm not sure. But
Happy
birthday, ma'am.
Happy
Your
birthday.
naughty daughter did not
Watches the
tell
show.
us
Happy birthday, man.
about your birthday, but happy
God bless you.
birthday.
Her mom
Long
is so
life.
beautiful.
So beautiful.
Like, have you seen her picture?
So shapy. It's not just the beauty. Have you seen the figure?
The woman is just on point.
I don't know about Miriam.
May we age gracefully.
Amen.
I don't
We
know
are
how
already
that-
aging, but amen.
Yeah, you've already aged gracefully and you're aging gracefully. In fact, your own is even beyond
Graceful.
Go beyond graceful. But I
Did you
can't
see the other
remember
one?
birthday. Father help me.
Sorry.
You were going to look for Paul's.
And there was another
full
one.
name.
There were a few
Anyway, Paul,
others.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday
birthday,
to.
Mr. Paul.
There's just so many others. Okay. Maybe no. Sorry, if it's today's your birthday. Happy birthday. I'll try to look for it for the end of the show. But it's Thursday. We're gisting all day. But first, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back. I'm so happy that we got. You're marketing yourself. Good morning. Today's
Thursday.
10.
I have
10,
somebody.
Have you seen it?
Let me drop the matter. I feel really bad. Okay, The Nation. Senators Malami opposed Buhari's invitation by reps. We are deliberating on government's offer, says ASU. Federal government wholesale registration of new SIM cards. New electoral act ready soon for Anambra Ekiti polls. Ohaneze Masob tackle Northern elders over remarks. And Oshun hashtag answers activities disown fresh protests. Amotekun Corps arrest cattle rustlers in Ondo. Okay, which story are we taking first?
Okay, I have 2 stories. Short, quickly.
Yeah.
So activists in actually co-conveners of the NSAS movement went to write to, I think they wrote to the DSS or Director Department of State Service, and they complained about a group of youth who actually took the NSAS protest to the House of Assembly in Osogbo, and they were protesting that the panel of inquiry should be disbanded because it did not include NSAS activists among the panelists, so that they wanted it to be disbanded. But now the co-conveners wrote to the DSS explaining that they have no hand in this particular second phase NSAS protest, that these people who gather themselves to go protest are doing it for their own personal gains. Then the second story is, I'm going to take you quickly, in Osogbo, I think. They've been catching cattle rustlers who, according to the story, they've caught about over 100 since they started their operations. Now these people go to the farms and with knives, and then they start harassing the herders and steal their cattle from them. So they are saying that there's zero tolerance for that, and they are also appealing to the cattle herders to ensure that they do not get into the farms of the farmers to eat their crops.
All right,
it's personal business.
The national president, Professor Abiodun Ogunyemi of ASU, has said that they have not called up the strike. What they've done is they've gotten the offer from the president and from the government, and they're going to go back to their various state chapters to have a conversation and negotiate. There's nothing in the offer by the government that says that they've called off the strike, but they need to have that conversation first before then calling off the strike. But it's interesting that they have to reach a consensus on agreeing on what has been offered. I mean, you think that the national body can take a unilateral decision, but they're saying no, they have to discuss with the chapters.
And then the federal government has halted the sale of registration, new SIM registrations.
Why? Yes. Did they give a reason? Did they give a reason?
Yeah, they said that to enable them audit the ones that are there already, and that they suspect that they are selling pre-registered SIM cards. So they want to just audit the database.
Moving on to Daily Sun. War over National Assembly is summoned to Buhari. Resource control re-echoes in Senate. Ohaneze Masob warned Northern elders. NCC stops new SIM card sales. 10,000 Nigerians died in military causes amnesty. I think I took a story on Monday. And MPAN condemns action against freedom of expression and speech. Okay, let's take the major headline. President Buhari.
Do you want to take it? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you know that the National Assembly had invited the president to appear before it because of the cases of insecurity that we've been having as a result of the 43 and 67 people that were killed, farmers that were killed in Bruno. Yes, so, but they had a plenary session yesterday, and they were waiting for a motion that would explain the president's invitation to the House, and it was not read. It was skipped for whatever reason. So they are saying that they do not have I think the Attorney General of the Federation is saying that the National Assembly does not have a right to invite the president over to answer to them. But a couple of lawyers are also saying that they have a right, and they quoted some of the Constitution that they can actually ask the president to come. And this is not just the president coming to visit; it's an issue of insecurity that everybody is putting.
And Junaid Mohammed has said that he can appear on moral grounds. Yes, it's not time for you to start playing the constitutional card. These are 43 farmers that were beheaded under your watch.
But APC and the APC governors are saying, I know that the PDP governors will start. Members will start to jeer the president
and mock him.
Mock him. That so it's better that he doesn't go.
In addition,
and that Bajami Amila didn't offer enough resistance. Why should he agree for the president to go there?
Oh my God!
And I'm like, what?
What is happening?
And some governors are even saying in election Waiki that they don't want to start a precedence where the House of Assembly start summoning the governors. I'm thinking this is not a democracy.
Are we not supposed to be? Are they not supposed to be accountable to
that's
us?
What I thought so. Maybe they're not. Maybe
to us.
It's in our minds. Also in our mind. There's a story I wanted to take. Resource control re-echoes in Senate. I read that story and it didn't come across as a resource control. It's more like a resource management from the Senate. Senator Orji Uzokalu was raising the issue, saying that Nigeria lost close to $54 billion from 2012 to 2018 due to illegal smuggling of gold. The country is said to be losing $9 billion every year through illegal mining, and we can actually create 250,000 jobs and earn about $500 million annually if we're able to get those royalties and it's not being taken at the back on the ground. So what they're trying to say is that Nigeria must ensure that we take over the illegal minings and begin to have that revenue from the various from the resources of our country.
And this is what I'm saying, that we are relying too much on gold, on oil.
We have
these mining things like gold, and we have other so many things minerals that are mined, that can be mined. That the Chinese, the British, all of them are taking them out illegally.
And what's good, and this now brings to remind us on the issue of resource control, because the regional, the true federalism, we're saying that federal government right now owns all these minerals. We're saying that you're not mining it. Can you hand it over? Let it
to
be
the
to the state or to the regions. Let us be the ones to control our resources, and then we sell appropriately. But that issue of constitutional review is so important, and we need to do a show on this because everybody's talking about constitutional review. Moving on now to Vanguard. Why Buhari can't honor reps summons, says AGF Malami. Let's find a story we've not taken. Unilag crisis. Why I took Ogunquest suspension personal, says Ted Fund boss. Money laundry. I have no case to answer. Mina tells court. Osun government didn't hoard palliatives, says COVID. Federal government unfolds 7-point agenda to tackle Apapa gridlock. And insecurity, FG orders audit of SIM registration. National Assembly will pass Electoral Act Amendment Bill by Q1 2021. Okay, I wanted to take which story you want to take there? The 7-point agenda, because of NIMA.
Please take it.
7-point agenda to tackle Apapa gridlock. I read that story because of NIMA. Just to be sure, because NIMA, if you're watching, please. So according to the federal government, they've unfolded 7-point agenda, and they said that all shipping companies are to be responsible for moving empty containers from their holding bays to the port for evacuation. MPA is going to be putting in place an e-call-up system. We've been talking about it for years. Wow. E-call-up system to ensure orderly movement of trucks into the port effective January 2021. MPA is also collaborating with the Lagos State government to provide land as truck holding bay to support an implementation of the call-up system. And they will liaise with the Ministry of Works and Housing on areas that require palliatives on port access roads for immediate attention and quite a number of other things. So what we've been asking for, they seem to want to do it, but until they do it, we will not be comfortable, right? So we're happy that they have a 7-point agenda. Our prayer now is that they actually implement it, because NIMA goes through hell almost every single day. And
the trailers, they're lining the Eco Bridge. I passed Eco Bridge the other day. They're lining the bridge. Come on.
Yeah. That's what
it's ridiculous.
The traffic right now.
Okay, we need to wrap up right now, so I think that's all we can take on front page review. I was going to take The Guardian very quickly. Constitutional crisis looms as Buhari shuns National Assembly invitation. Nigerians lament monumental corruption. Country loses $43 billion to corruption, says Hader. And EFCC says cooperation needed to defeat cankerworm. That's all we can take on front page review. Today's Thursday. Remember, we talk and gist on Thursdays. We're discussing so many interesting news. You know, there's so many things happening in homes and family, and we'd like to hear your own view. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. So there was a story we saw from Zambia that caught our attention. We'll just have to talk about it today. A lady in Zambia sued her boyfriend for wasting her time for 8 years and ending a relationship without marrying her. According to reports, the boyfriend has since made dowry payments but is yet to marry his baby mama, who got tired of waiting and decided to sue the lover for not being serious about their future. Now, we don't care much about this story. That's not our focus. Our focus is a context we like to establish here, which is when you're dating somebody for so long and he or she refuses to settle down and take the next step, should you sue? Do you even have a right to sue? Okay, can you, like we had a show once where someone talked about padlock. Don't let anybody padlock boyfriends. Where at what point, I know we've discussed it several times, and it's important we continue to talk about it, because many people are being padlocked in their relationship, thinking that at some point this girl would budge or this boy would budge. In your view, and until your relationship, how do we identify the padlock men? And I believe we call Nima to find out what can the courts do? Can we actually sue in Nigeria also, just like this woman sued?
I want to start by saying who send them work?
Send who, man or woman?
Both of them. Because a relationship can go the other way. There is no guarantee in a relationship. So if you want to stay in a relationship for 5 years, 10 years, at your own risk, at your own peril, if you are seeing signs that somebody is not ready and you still want to be there hoping that tomorrow he will change his mind, he will be ready tomorrow, at your own risk. Nobody tied your placenta to that relationship. You can always take a walk if it's not working.
Where's the place of love?
Live love. You cannot padlock me for 10 years. I'm telling me love. I don't understand. And for this particular case, the dowry has been paid. So for me, that's marriage. I don't understand what ceremony they're actually waiting for. So they could have just, and I think she has a child for him. So they are married already, as far as I'm concerned, because the dowry has been paid. But aside from that, one of the reasons that we say that God probably brought about marriage is to protect the woman in question. Now, when they got to court, the man said, there's nothing we can do. The judge, you people just have to reconcile because you're not married. There's nothing we can do about it. There was no protection on that woman. So that her 8 years or 10 years or 20 years has been wasted. Right. When they say, and trust me, when you give a man everything, he has collected everything. You don't born, you don't collect, you don't give a monkey in the shadow in the monkey, and all of that. There's nothing charging him to want to take you and put a ring on that finger because he has enjoyed everything for free. Do you understand? So
does that really work in today's times? Because whether you like it or not, many of the shadow, no shadow, is done. Even if it's 5 years, 5 months, 5 months relationship, they've started shadowing.
In the shadow.
They've already done it already. So it's not about he has seen, she has seen. It's more
8
like
years.
So my question is, what should a woman or a man? What kind of questions should you start asking to know if this person is here for the long term or we're still having to break it up in the middle? Okay, let me come to you.
I don't know about asking questions. There is something that you should. If he has not proposed to you in 1 year. Find your way.
Maybe. 1 year is short.
Why is 1 year short?
1 year is short. You think that at least.
Why is 1 year short? See, you remember that the relationship is the first year, 2 years, 3 years that is doing giz.
Yes.
Is it when the giz has finished that you will now say,
you can't tell a 22-year-old to expect a proposal within a year. I would find that unacceptable.
So may I say that
a young person who is dating.
So she should wait for him till she's 28 to propose.
No, but I'm saying.
No, excuse me.
A young woman should live.
If I start going out with a 20, if I'm a 22-year-old and I start going out with a guy who is maybe 25 or 28, I wait. I'm 23.
Yes. 1
year goes.
Yes.
24. Next year goes. 25. When is he going to propose? When I'm 30?
Definitely not 1 year, YK. I want us to address that.
No,
not a 1 year thing.
When is he going to propose? That 1 year is if they are not having any. Let's hope nothing is happening. Yeah. But if monkey in the shadow is happening, you better propose.
May I say
yes.
that it depends on why you are in a relationship. Now, I don't know how some people grew up, but I've always had the mind that, okay, I could be in a relationship and I'm not looking at marriage. I'm not interested in marrying you. I'm just dating. So there are people who, especially for the very young ones who are in that relationship, they're not thinking marriage.
Exactly.
Thank you. Relationship. Now, if tomorrow it happens, let's not take that awful. If tomorrow it happens, fine. So you need to define why you're in the relationship. But if you're already 28, 29 as a woman, and you're getting into a relationship, at that age, you know that I'm not here to look around. I'm here to identify if this is going to work. So at that time, you can't be asking questions of, where are we going to? What do you see in the near future? How many years do you think you are ready to settle down? And make sure both of you are on the same page. Because in that guy's mind, he may just want to chop, clean mouth, and walk away.
Exactly.
You need to be sure.
So, sorry, Maya, I just want to say, a 22-year-old, like Mobajulu said, is not going to
settle down.
It's not a relationship. They are just having fun. So, but if you are a 22-year-old, you believe that you want to marry by 24 or 25, because some people do. Because a woman's reproductive organs, they start to diminish by 29, 30, by 35.
Start freezing.
Like don't scare women. There are a lot of
I'm telling you the truth.
There are young women who are 35 who are still fertile.
Yes.
I didn't say they're not fertile. I didn't say some are still fertile at 45. Yes. But I'm saying as a woman,
when the clock is ticking.
When the clock starts ticking, men's clock, some give birth at 90. Women and men are not wired the same.
Okay, so let's come back to the issue. The issue is that you are dating somebody, and okay, just like Mikey said, you don't have any intentions for marriage. You're just having fun. You're 22, you're dating and all that. And then as both of you start you're getting a job, he's getting more comfortable, he gets an apartment, you're growing together, it's been 3-4 years. Now, you're now like 26, 27. Now, but a young woman wouldn't want to start asking questions, are we taking this anyway? Because she'll think that she's still too young to be asking that question. Maybe she'll expect the man. We have that issue of let the man be the one to propose. Now, it's 2020, in 2020. My question, therefore, is that do we still wait for the man to propose? Or do we say, you know what, uncle, if you're not doing it, I'm out of here?
Do you know, Mariah, that there are some men, especially the very fine men, who, because women are used to women throwing themselves at them. They don't know, they don't have the skills of actually saying what they want. Because all their lives, they're fine, they're intelligent, they're cute, women will always come. Now, for those men, he may be in that relationship and he doesn't know how to tell you, okay, let's do this now. And you just sit down there and be waiting for him to come and tell you we are going forward, and somebody else just comes and takes him and you're crying. So I don't think it's about generation. I think it's about you knowing what you want. You can start, even as a woman, you can ask.
I have Nima on the phone. Let me take this call. We're going to break. Nima, I want to ask you the legal question. Are you there? Nima, you saw this story. So Nima, in Nigeria, can we, in a situation where the man or the woman have padlocked their significant other, can they take them to court if you feel that you've padlocked me for too long?
Of course, if you feel there's an arm, you can get relief. But that depends on whether the court is. But in this case, there's no contract, there's no written agreement, two voluntary people cohabiting. I don't know. The history of our common law shows that in England there were such precedents. Right. But in Nigeria, I've never seen such.
But in a situation where you paid dowry, you made an intention. So she thinks that, okay, I should be married. You paid my dowry. Now, isn't that an unseen contract?
A promise is a debt. Differ. So in Nigeria, when you pay dowry, you've married.
Yes.
That's one of the most important parts of a marriage. So a man has paid dowry. What are you complaining about? Maybe the ceremony and all of that.
So you can sue.
No, that in Nigeria she cannot even sue because she's already married. In Nigeria, under our customary law, once dowry is paid, she has to go back and reverse divorce customarily. So they are married in Nigeria. But in their country, I don't know how it works, and I don't know their custom and how it works. So here, they even married already. They have to go through customary divorce.
Okay.
Because I'm wondering, if he pays dowry, then he says, I dash you the dowry, and he goes to marry another person.
It's property. It's food and...
No, he cannot just dash her dowry. He has to divorce her customary. So in some customs, like in the Igbo customs, she has to return dowry to him.
Wow.
And so the customary rights again will take place before you can validly say, I'm no longer married to that person.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
But sister, before I let you go, how many years do you think it's that will tell you that they are already padlocking you? How many years do you think someone should date?
You will know if they padlock you immediately. You don't need years. But that one I look at it. Really, not about number of years.
No, some padlock. They will say, we are going to get married, and then they don't marry you.
I have to go on a break.
We'll get married.
Okay, thank you very much, Nima. I know someone that was padlocked for 15 years.
Yes, nobody padlocked her. She padlocked herself.
No, because you see, there are a few angles. You guys, this is for you to say. There was abortion involved. About 2 or 3 abortions.
Okay.
The fact that they were together since university days. Okay. The family knew each other. All the guy did was travel abroad to go and do a course. And very
why not time for a
So when we come back, we'll discuss it because the woman is invested not just emotionally, but physically and everything into that relationship. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Stay with us. So I was saying before the break that I've heard stories. I mean, I know of somebody who I mean, right now, I think she's, I'm not even sure if she's remarried right now, but she was distraught for many years. I mean, I think this is somebody I've known. I mean, she was saying that she had 3 abortions for this person because she was such an innocent young person, you know, young lady. At the time, she met him in university, you know, and he kept promising her that things when he gets a job. When he gets a job in Lagos. She finally got a job in Lagos. She moved back with him to Lagos. They got there. They were still having issues that she wants to get a house. You know, there were excuses all the way to the point that he now said his company wanted to take him abroad for further education. He went there. He decided to stay back. He didn't come back to get his papers and all that. And then from then on, she was done. But she was so much in love that she was willing to wait because the guy kept talking to her. Kept saying that he's coming back soon. So 15 years passed, and she looked at herself, So that kind of person, you blame her. She has invested so much into that relationship.
She must have been 40.
About
15 years passed. I'm assuming they started dating at 15. Unless she started dating at 10.
No.
No, because she must have been 40. What was she looking at? What kind of love?
18.
Is
18 years old, you're young.
18. Calculate 18 plus 15. Is that not 42? I mean, is the math going wrong? What are you waiting for? That's why I say 1, 2. Sister, find your way. Don't wait. If that is, look, it depends on what you want. If you know that at the end of this relationship, I want marriage, and that marriage is not forthcoming, talk to your 2 legs and move.
I think also women also need to forgive themselves because once you have an abortion, you feel like this is the person that knows my secret, or nobody knows. You feel that because you've gone through this thing with this man, that you feel ashamed. You feel that he's the only person that can understand you or that can accept you. So I think also it goes back to the woman's self-esteem because yes, she just kept believing that this man will come back to me. So 15 years is a long time, but there are some 5 years, 10 years, same story. It happens. But sometimes the woman, just like you said, it depends on what you want as a person and what you believe. That, okay, you know what? This person, I love him, but I cannot wait. There's another similar story, BC. Something similar happened. This one, the man left, right? But she now remarried because she couldn't wait. Abi?
Yeah.
But her true love is that one that left. That one now came back and she's now cheating. So she's in the, so it's the same thing.
It's not the same thing. So I think we need to start telling ourselves the truth, which is no man or no woman deserves your 100% love if they've not put a ring on it. That way you have like a cushion, a protection that protects you if anything happens in that relationship. I'm not one for giving you my all, my 100% when you have not put a ring. So if I don't give you my 100%, that means I'm still logical in my reasoning. I'm thinking, I'm assessing the relationship, I'm assessing the behavior, I'm assessing, okay, is this going to work? Are we compatible? I'm looking at other things because I am not there 100% yet. Now, when I get into the marriage, then I can give you my 100%. We say when you are about to get married, you know, open your 2 eyes. When you are in marriage, close 1 eye because you will see some things, and then just use 1 eye because you're already there. But at that relationship stage, I will not advise any young person to, you know, put everything to this man who we are not even sure will tomorrow go to your house.
Hassan is holding for a while. Hassan, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Good morning.
Morning. It's a bit low. I can't hear you well.
Good morning, Morayo.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning, Ubiatlu.
Good morning, sir.
And good morning, YK.
Good morning, sir.
Look, this issue is much more of emotional betrayal. It has no basis in law. I'm happy. A lady with you that used to give legal tips to most of the issues that are emotional fell in line with us this morning, Nima.
Hello?
Women here. What of men that fell victim of the same thing?
What I was going to say.
We always talk about women. This one-way traffic of a game. Women are very good in playing that game, keeping 5, 3, 7 men, trying to choose and wasting their time. You understand? I knew of a lady in Lagos here that got married to 3 men, married, legally married,
How is that possible, Hassan?
Look, see that issue. You know what is happening? You don't know. You see, this marriage is not that you must go to court or registry. No. She said that it's traditional. You understand? And she got married to 3 men. This happened in front of my house. He saw the lady. He said, this lady is married to one man in my area. She lied to the man that is going to her village. You understand? And she's married to a man that is working with me. Then, you understand? Leave that issue by the side. You see this emotional thing. You cannot give it a legal thing.
Thank you very much, Hassan. Okay, emotional, so it's not legal. Thank you very much, Hassan, for that.
Yes. Can we also...
I wanted to say, when I was a young girl, I had this boyfriend that everybody thought we were going to get married. My mother loved him, everybody loved him, the whole family, my siblings loved him. And he went to England. But while he was in England, my own eyes decided to shine here. I started meeting fine guys. In fact, and those days there was no mobile, there was no email, it was letter. You are going to post letter in post office, and I'm a very bad communicator. So I would remember sometimes to go and post. We used to use those blue email. Nigeria don't change. Email letters. So he would send me letters, I would send him, but after some time I just said letters were very few and far between. I just got a new boyfriend, then he now came. He is coming, my parents loved him. Hey! See, I beg you. I don't want to.
So how did you break it off with him?
There and then, when he came, I found another new love.
Are you serious?
That's being truthful.
But did your heart always long for him?
What long?
Can I give you a high five?
Listen.
I'm serious.
We've not addressed the love factor. You see, a lot of young ladies or young men are in love. They leave everything for this. So we're talking about, did you really love that one that traveled to the UK?
I thought I did.
So when he came back,
changed, right?
Yes.
Love is overrated. Love is a feeling that can change. You can choose who you love. You can get into a relationship, get into a marriage, and decide to love this person.
What we call love. Let me go on break.
I'm still friends with this person. I'm still friends with him.
When you see him, you don't have butterflies.
No, but how can he?
Once Debe, always Debe. Is that not what they say?
No.
But what?
Okafor's law,
not for everybody. That does not work.
That's not for everybody.
No, it doesn't work for everybody.
You know what the
That's not even normal.
It's not even normal, Sam. It works on you.
Let me go on a break. When we come back, we continue this conversation and take more tweets and calls. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. So, still on this matter, let's take a few tweets and phone calls.
Okay, Mr. Adebayo here says, you choose who you love is a golden statement. Situations and life conditions can actually affect your love life. There is no one rule to determine who you love or who loves you. Once Debe might not always Debe. That is a misconception. Then Debbie Gershon says, I totally agree with BC and YK. When reality sets in, you realize you can actually love another person other than your so-called love.
One says, no written agreement is needed. Under common law, a promise to marry is enforceable in court, especially if she suffers any damage as a result of the breakup. But the court will accept a valid reason for breaking the promise.
Okay, let me take Dayo. Dayo, thanks for calling. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, good morning.
You're live.
I want to refer to the other lady putting on black or bear. He says, I won't give my 100% till I get into the marriage.
Yes.
So you get into the marriage, and within 2 months, you are out of the marriage.
No, I can't be, sir, because I've paid attention to the logic behind it.
I'm saying that you're saying, I want to say 2 things.
Okay.
You know, while on the screen, a lot of the things you say, a lot of young girls follow you.
Okay.
So your personal experiences cannot reflect what should be. Like Yenny said, somebody went to England and she didn't go like that. Fine. But there are a lot of people that have dated for some time that it has worked for them. There are a lot of people, conversely, that have dated for long that it didn't work. So there's no, it's either it works or it doesn't work. If marriages are not working. So to say that I can't give my 100% till I get into the marriage, then when I get in, So you get in and you get divorced within a year or two. Then so what have you achieved? I think what we should know is that some relationships will work, some would work. There's no
absolutely. Thank you very much, Mr. Dyer. So the beauty of the show is that we express our views, albeit diverse. But everybody has a view, and I'm happy that you've shared your own view, which is fantastic. Let's take a few more tweets.
May I quickly say that there are no absolutes.
Absolutely.
Anything. Yeah. Anything can happen any way it wants to happen. So when you are asked questions, first of all, you talk about your personal experiences and what you will advise people around you. Now, the idea behind not giving 100% is so that you are not so emotional and you lose the facts on ground. You lose the character you're supposed to be monitoring. You lose all of those important things you're supposed to, you ignore the red flags because you're too emotionally connected. That's the idea. I mean, have you 100% or not 100%? But the idea is you try as much as possible in a relationship that you're not married yet to be logical so that you can see the red flags and see what works for you to get into that marriage.
Chigozie McDom says, nobody padlocks another. If you are in a relationship, after 3 years, the man is financially stable to start a family and is not making efforts towards it, bring the issue to the table. If his body language is negative on it, move, leave, find another man, please. It's not by force.
We've talked about the people that the men are the ones that train you in school. They send you to school, your family, a very poor family. The man spends everything he has to train you, pay your school fees, give you money for pocket money. After you now graduate, you're now educated, you're now speaking English. You're not going to find somebody of like minds, somebody who's just as educated as you are. Maybe the guy is somebody that's maybe a hustling guy, selling, importing and exporting. These are people that have been padlocked. So that man, you padlock them, and the man assumes that when you marry them, when you graduate, he's going to marry you. But then you leave him.
And so that is where, like Chigozie says, a promise is a debt. If I train you and then you now break my heart, can I not collect my school fees back from you?
Where will you collect it? But did you sign an agreement? So I think we should all take responsibility for our actions. If you come out and you see a young girl as a man and you decide that I want to marry this person, please go and there's what they call is it betrothed or something?
Betrothed.
Yes, where you pay for a child and say, okay, they groom the child as your wife. You have paid dowry on that head. But if, as on your own, you decide, okay, they are poor, I want her to go to school and all of that, you are doing it of your own accord. If tomorrow the girl decides, okay, I'm no longer interested in you, you shouldn't hold her to it. Nobody forced you to do that because she was doing some other things to you. I have a friend, it happened to, I remember in secondary school then, the father would beat her, don't go and meet this boy, don't go and meet this man and everything. And the father had no kobo in her fees. The man paid everything till university. She dumped the guy in the university. And the guy was crying. I felt terrible because I knew the guy. But she felt we are not compatible. I stayed for that long because I needed the fees and all of that. And she left. So do you want the man to go and start asking her to pay back? Or whatever it is, it was of his own accord. He was in love and he decided to do it. So you need to be clear in your head. If I want to marry this person, I can go and pay.
But Beatrice, don't you think that is dishonest?
That's totally dishonest.
But things happen in relationships.
Deceitful.
It doesn't work out.
It is sinful because that kind of person, the law of karma. I believe in the law of karma. The karma that will meet her in future. No.
Let me take Yakub. Yakub, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
This topic this morning is so dicey. So dicey in the sense that look at the two stories that you just told us. The one that had 3 or 2 abortions, at the end of the day, the guy transplanted and then got married over there, and then she dated for 15 years. That is why sometimes some lady and men or some guy commit suicide. Look at the story that Obiajusi just said now. That is totally unacceptable because you know that you may not likely get married to this very particular man, or because you need money and then you want to be educated and then you pretend as if you love the guy and then he sends you to school, pay everything. After school, you are not telling the guy that you are not interested anymore. You want to go and look for another person. At the end of the day, the guy does not have a open heart, and then he does something that is so terrible, acid and all those things pour on you. People will not say that they will charge him to court. At the end of the day, the guy may likely find himself them in prison. Because it is not with his head, because he will already think of all those money that he spent, all the time that he wasted. Do you get it? So basically, it is only God can help someone. You cannot identify who really truly loves you. If he or she pretend as if he loves you, it is a lie until you get there. You cannot say. So it is only God.
Thank you very much. Yoruba has a saying that in Kota Obanije, come out your room. As in, if you're not going to eat it, you don't put it in your nose. Don't even smell it. So the same thing goes for relationship. If you don't see the end goal, if you don't see the end game in this, don't even try, because people get emotionally attacked. I'd like us to wrap up this conversation. Do you have a few more tweets before we wrap up?
Joseph, Obiwa says, see this thing you call love can be deep infatuation, fantasies. People don't love for what they feel these days. They love for what they see and can readily relate with. Bilikis Mafefagbemi says, sometimes the family will do introduction in absentia and ask the lady to keep waiting. I knew someone it happened to, and she waited for years for the abroad guy who eventually didn't marry her. But thankfully, she also traveled and found another man, now married with 2 kids. Andrew in Stratham says, love, kidney. That one they talk, now Jebota love at Morayo. I think Mariah, when she was young, read too much news and bones.
No. Yeah, but I'm actually speaking because Tokwe is I'm not one of those lovey-dovey. Yeah. But Tokwe believes in love, and she always said it over on the show that she's a lover, and there's that love angle to every story. So I think that's important for us to represent that. Go ahead.
I would like to say that the responsibility on letting another man train your children because you're not able to. I think parents, largely cause all of this, because if you can take care of your children, they won't need to have a man who now picks one and decides to train to the end. And in this particular case, that my friend's story that I gave, she started dating when she was very young, so that's even child abuse as far as I'm concerned. The man was way older, and she started that relationship in JSS3. I think she was 13 at that age. So are you dating a 13-year-old who doesn't even understand life, and she can change her mind tomorrow as she grows older and finds you guys are not compatible. So let's not put all the blame on the woman now finally left. Find out what really happened in that matter, and equip your children so that they don't need people to train them first and then force them.
We have to wrap up. I think
there is sorry, a tweet for you, Obiajulu. Okay. Answer the call.
Yes. Hello, thanks for calling. Are you there? Oh, we lost that.
Okay, it's from Sandra Akbar. She says, good morning, ladies. Nice topic. At BC, how do you ask a guy to define a relationship without being seen as desperate?
To define a relationship, a guy or a woman?
A guy. She's a woman asking you, because that's another thing. If the guy has not come to say, oh, marry me, you are the one now asking questions. I couldn't do that. So,
I think you should watch the signs. So give him time. There's something I do in my head. I give you a couple of months in my head and see how you lead me, and see the tracks you show me will determine if I need to ask a question or I need to just relax. I didn't ask my own husband any question, because the signs he was showing me was leading me to, he's taking me there, even when he didn't open his mouth. Till today, he did not propose. Till today, he didn't propose to me. He didn't open his mouth, but I was seeing signs that
we're going there. I didn't get a proposal either. Exactly. But just like you're dating, and we meet the parents, they're hanging out, you see the family, you're together, you hang out,
and the parents are asking. You know the signs already. But
I can't remember if I was proposed to.
There are some people that will not show signs. Then you can now, when you don't understand, the questions are for clarity. So when you do not understand the signs the person is showing, then you can ask a question.
Let me attempt to answer that question. Okay. We're going to break now, but in that kind of situation, if all you do is you can't watch movie, go to dinner, knack, go out to friends, go to his party, and that's all you do for years, there's a problem.
Exactly. You need to
There's a time where you are consistent in a relationship where family gets involved. You know the loved ones, you know the parents, his immediate family, they know you, you know them, they call each other. You're in the system. That's phase 2.
Planning.
Now, after phase 2, phase 3 should not be, okay, now when are we coming to see your family? There should be those kind of conversations around your mom. Say, I'd like to meet your mom. When are we going to, the parents should be talking to each other. When are we meeting? That's phase 3. Phase 4 is that, okay, now they've not done introduction, we're now entering. But if you don't, because phase 2, when you have been dated after you do not the phase 1, the discussing and kissing and everything, and the phase 2 is now a point of No, if he doesn't allow you to meet his immediate family, there's a problem. If you don't know his best friend, his parents, his siblings, there's a problem.
You may still know, and he doesn't have any plan.
So even if you now know, and they're not coming to meet your parents phase 3, you know that after phase 3, there's a problem. Let's go.
I know. Let me tell you. I know of one couple. They looked perfect together. The guy was totally in love. She met the parents. The parents wanted her to marry him.
He said it didn't work.
The guy said, I don't believe in marriage.
Oh.
After like 5 years.
Yeah. He got you.
I don't believe in marriage.
Hey.
Eh?
He did not say before.
No, that one.
He didn't say before.
No, that one is diabolical. Once I say it. Once they do now they don't. No.
The girl is now almost 40, still looking for husband.
Oh, that's not normal. We didn't talk about diabolical.
We'll go there now.
But they will tie you.
No, that one is they tie you to a tree. There is a tree in the village.
Like
women are fond of doing that.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. So, we're supposed to go into another topic, but it seems like this topic is still boiling because we brought in another diabolical angle. Because, there's the parts where people say that they are using somebody's head, they're using your star. So the man has used your star, go abroad. He has tied you to a tree, and he has used your star. So he has traveled abroad, he's doing everything, and he is just there like Dundee waiting for him to come back. These are Nollywood movies. These are things we hear and talk about. But these are realities that happen.
No, women tie men to trees too. It's not only men that tie men to trees.
Yeah.
I've seen where they tie them like this.
Are you serious?
The woman will tie a man. The man will tie the woman will tie the man, and the man will do
so that he stays.
He won't go nowhere. She controls everything.
Are you serious?
You haven't seen it? I've seen it.
When they put a man inside bottle,
wow.
To be able to control. But I used to think that women who get into such things are those who do not have the confidence that they can keep a man. Not everybody has that self-esteem to know that they are worthy to have a relationship and that a man will truly love them for who they are. So out of that desperation and probably how they grew up, because if you grew up seeing your mommy doing some kind of things, that when you run into problems, that's the only way you go. Or your mom come and help me. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Let me take this call. Good morning. Have tweets?
Plenty.
Hello, morning. Are you there, Mary? Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
You're live.
Good morning.
Can I speak?
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. This program you are doing this morning relates to exactly what happened to me in my house right now.
Okay.
My husband walked to me to tell me that he is having another woman outside.
Wow.
After 14 years of marriage.
Okay.
He has betrayed me. I don't even know what to do. Very, 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 very. I'm down now. If I see him like this, I'm looking at him as if I should kill him.
Please don't.
Mary, have you heard of this saying that there's nothing new under the sun?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you're not the first. You're not the last. Doesn't make it right. But when you realize that you're not alone in this, there are lots of women like you and I going through exactly what you're going through and have been through it and have been successful at the other end. You realize that this is just a phase and you'll come out of it successful. So there are many angles to this. And I'm not a marriage counselor and I wouldn't want to act like I'm one.
Married to him in proper way. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We go to registry, we do traditional wedding.
Has he married this woman?
At the same time.
No, she's not married. She's just in having an affair.
Relationship with the woman.
It's not even an affair. He told me now that he has even married in a proper way. That she stop calling him concubine.
Oh. Okay. Did you marry him in court?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
No, your own marriage, is it registered under the law?
Yes, ma'am.
That's illegal for him.
Yes.
He can't marry in a registry. That's bigamy. 7 years.
We have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. And lots of abortion.
Okay, I'll tell the producers to get your number, so we'll see if we can link you up with somebody who can help you. I mean, Nima deals with these kind of stories all the time. So we'll see what we can do to help you out. But this is a really, really heartbreaking situation.
Going by her story. So even if you marry yourself, there's no guarantee.
Yeah. Hey, YK has landed it.
It's true now.
Please let that sink in. You are dating, no. You're not dating, no. You're married, though. You're not married, though. There's no guarantee.
That's it.
This one that we are.
Yes. I said we're just in the hands of
God. No, say it in your language.
There is the hands of God.
There are no guarantees anyway.
There are no guarantees. And you just pray.
Love you. Tomorrow, see no guarantee.
See this poor lady now. 14 years she's been with him, and now he has woken up and decided, okay.
But why if this kind of thing happens to any of us on this table, what do we do?
You see.
No, because sometimes when you hear all of these stories from the outside, it's like, hey, do this, do that. When he now comes home, I'm just reasoning.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. So you never know, and that's why I had to beg her not to kill him, because I might.
God forbid. Don't say that.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
How you feel?
But you see,
if you give your all to somebody, and then he just comes one day and says,
breaks you.
Come, I have another person. It's either you share or you go.
Hey. I'll just go.
You don't know, Morayo. You do not know your reaction.
One thing I know for a fact, YK, is that I totally believe in who I am. Okay. And
forget all that one. That's why Andrew is starting to say you are Mizambu. Because you don't know. Nobody knows. You don't know what you're going to do.
I would walk away easily.
That's what you think.
With my children, easily.
Grandma is there. A lot of people are involved in that process.
Morayo,
you just walk.
First of all, you will lose weight. That weight that you have been struggling to lose, you will first lose it. That's the first thing. You will first lose weight. Morayo, eat now.
But there's nothing new under the sun.
There is nothing new under the sun.
If I now decide to stay, okay, I now stay in the marriage and focus on my children. Is that not what all our mothers did? Yeah. Our fathers cheated on them. Yeah. We now stayed in the marriage. So as the heaven fall because they cheated on you. As the world ended, it has not ended. It will continue to go. So you as a person, it's still your own decision. I'm going to decide. I decide to stay by it, or I decide to leave. Stand by it. In that way, stand by whatever you decide.
Right now, with maturity, cheating is not a deal breaker. See, that you're cheating outside. You see, you will take care of me. That money you will spend it on me. Your children, you will pay their school fees. I will sit down there and I'll be largessing, doing what you are doing. I'm not going anywhere. Not after I've labored. Somebody will not come from somewhere to come and shop. No.
What's that thing you said? Yes.
I second you, Jerry, my sister. I have you in my corner.
So where are you going?
What do I do, please?
What? You have a woman outside. Just be outside. This house, especially if it's our house, I'm not going.
No, I'm not. Leave where now?
But that depends. You see, I'm a different person. Yeah. I may say, oh yeah, shout. I'm going. I might. You don't. That's what I'm saying. You do not know. Just pray to God for good. Yes.
Let's take tweets because we have to run. There's so many messages.
And guidance, so that you don't become a violent person. Yeah. You don't become just pray.
Because persecutions will come, and you don't know which angle is coming from.
Okay. More tweets.
Esianta says, so even after saying yes to an engagement, she still shouldn't give 100%. It's all right. That's not what I said, though. Then Babs Ellie says, okay, no. Odom Matthew says, so in such a case, what do you have to say to this, ma'am? It's not just ladies, but men to face the same situations.
When you find out your wife is cheating on you, that's another thing. Men, women somehow we are able to somewhat find a way to figure this thing out. But a man, when he finds out his wife is cheating, he's a whole other ballgame.
They go mad. Yeah. Some men never recover. For life, they don't recover.
I hear. Some even die. They say. I hear. I mean, somebody. I can't confirm this, but somebody said that when your wife is cheating on you, you're likely to just die because after a while you feel totally empty.
They even feel less They feel they're not men. You know, it's a whole a woman. That's why I say, well, a woman you can basara take it like a woman.
But a man.
But a man, there is nothing. He cannot.
So if you are cheating on your husband, just get jelly. Either you cover your traces well. You shouldn't be saying that on that show. No, fact. Don't even do it at all. Don't say you're endorsing. Don't cheat, please. If you're cheating on your husband, please don't cheat.
It's totally wrong.
Just leave. Just leave. So
if you are,
on that note, we have to.
So we can't reach it. If you are sure of a relationship, you should give 100%. That's to I believe. Giving less is cheating, or maybe considering cheating. If you have doubts, then leave. Olutomiwa, 10 years courtship na real court. Now only shalaye then go. Then they do for them and nothing else. Queen Mother, what we won't be doing for 10 years in a courtship, it's a no. Please, Moyo, Kelly, what of in a case whereby you are in phase 2 and you meet his parents and family and they start calling you a wife and he still doesn't marry you?
That one. Hey.
For me, 3 years is okay. Who 10 years help? There are many tweets, so from Lion, it's totally wrong for me. I won't advise anyone to wait for that long.
Somebody says, YK, now Daju grandma, BC, you are just naughty. Once they be call, once Babeni, Shena Express Road. Anyway, love you guys.
Bisola says, even in marriage, men don't always seem to stick to some agreements made between each other, not to talk of man and woman who have only promised to marry. So I agree with YK. A man who's serious about marriage should propose within a year. Ogumala Emmanuel says, Okafor's law, when applied strategically at appropriate time, has a higher chance of working, being available at a vulnerable moment. For instance, pertaining to the discussed topic, the lady made a bad choice and has no legal ground to sue.
This one is to you, Obiajulu. Only if the lady in the middle has a brother who has sent a lady through school and got dumped, then I will see if she will say, my brother did it on his own free will.
Another person said, Henry said, I have a 56-year-old female friend. Her husband just married another 36-year-old lady who they have been dating for 17 years. Now, he told her that, am I the one who said you shouldn't develop your life? He even told her that, what's your contribution to this house and empire? So that's another angle. Wait, this is never topic because you as a wife, you have done housewife.
Just sit down.
Me that I like doing, I was praying to God to make me housewife. God knows me that you do housewife for many years. You raise the children. You are doing, and then you're at 56. Your husband now finds a 36-year-old person. And now said, and I've grown, and now said that, marry, develop yourself.
What if the person is not even 36? Maybe the person is even older than you, go safe.
No, that one. At least that one.
It's possible.
Mr. PJ Comedian said, padlocking a person can be done spiritually with jazz, mentally, biologically, and so on. It's not right, but even many who are married are being padlocked. Not just saying. So I beg, we should always be vigilant, single or married. If you get on padlock, just waka.
I think we can end with that. Thank you very much for that. So I think we need a topic on how to be a successful housewife.
No, don't use
successful and fulfilled.
A successful wife.
No. Housewife in the sense that you're not working. That's what I meant.
Okay.
That you don't have
businesses.
Yeah.
You could be taking trainings. You could be reading
yeah.
taking courses.
So look, advise them, but you're a housewife.
I don't want us to bring housewives down.
No, absolutely not.
Because a housewife is a full-time job.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a full-time job.
We agree on this table. Absolutely. Even I have been desiring to be a housewife. I think once my husband gives $100 million like this,
$100 million. No, so 1 million, $100 million.
$100 million. How much is that? 450,000 naira. 450 million. How much is that?
Do you know how much that is?
I cannot get a house in Magodo. Can't give me a house in Magodo.
See, my mouth is open.
Okay. Okay, let's do $50 million. I'll be a housewife. That's all we can take. We'll see you tomorrow.
Only.